Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the Breakdown How To. Today we're going to show you guys how to set up a website with Wix. Now Wix has plans all the way from free up to about $25 a month, but if you're looking to set up a free website, Wix is the best way to do it because of how simple it is to use. So go ahead and head over to Wix.com, the first link in the description down below. That is an affiliate link, so it helps us out every single time someone signs up through our link. So go ahead and click the link down in the description below, and then once you're there, go ahead, hit get started, and then you can sign up for Wix. Now it's really easy to sign up for. You just come over here to sign up, and then from there it will take you to put in your email again, and type your password, and from there you're good to go. It's going to ask you a few questions about what your business is, but essentially after you're done with that, it will bring you to pick out a website template. Now Wix has some amazing website templates. They have everything from business to e-commerce to photography and videography, portfolios. Anything you're looking for on here, they pretty much have. So for this, we're just going to be setting up a basic website for our business. So I'm just going to click this theme right here and go ahead and hit edit. I've already looked at this theme and this is similar to what I want to use. Now I want to point out that you don't have to pick from one of these templates. You can just come over to my site up in the top menu bar over here, and you can create your own website from scratch. You can also hire someone to do it, or you can look for inspiration. But in this case, we're just going to pick this theme and run through very quickly how to use Wix. So this is called the Wix Editor, and as you can see, you get this little nice pop-up window when you sign up and come to build your website for the first time. And let's go ahead and just go over the general interface of Wix. Now the first thing you'll see here is the website itself. Now the great thing about Wix is that it is a drag and drop WYSIWYG editor, and there are very few of those around. Even WordPress and Squarespace, as good as they are, just don't compare to the usability of Wix. We can take any element on this page and drag it around. And for anyone who has been in web design in the past, you understand what a big deal this is. Now right now I'm just kind of screwing around with things, so I'm going to go ahead and undo everything I just did, and that way it's back to standard. That's another great feature about Wix, the undo and redo feature. You also have a switch to mobile view, so you can edit your site in a mobile viewer, and this is one of my favorite parts about Wix. One of the worst things about most website builders is that in order to edit on mobile, well, let's be fair, most of the time you can't. But on Wix, you can see exactly what you're doing thanks to the restraints in the WYSIWYG editor. So you also have the ability to scroll through what your mobile website would look like there. But I'm going to switch back to desktop so we can go over the other panels and features of Wix. So let's scroll back up to the top. As you can see, the WYSIWYG editor is a little laggy, but that is to be expected considering this type of website creation is very intensive. So right here we have menus and pages, and here we can set up pretty much all of the menus for the website. Now these are considered anchors, which is what you see down here with this anchor. This essentially means that when you come up here and you're on the site, we'll go ahead and preview it. And when we're on the site, if we hit services, it will scroll down to the services page. Now, you're always able to do that through HTML with anchors, but Wix makes it so much easier to use. So that's what these little anchors next to these tabs are. They just mean that when you click the word up here, it will take you down to the anchor. So diving more into menus and pages, if you are having more than a landing page, which that's what this is, a landing page, you can have other pages of the site, and in order to put something under a page or in the menu bar, drag it under it, all you have to do is drag over. So now with the menu bar, home would hover down and show services. I'm just going to drag this back out here in order for the anchor to work correctly. Another great thing about Wix is page transitions. Now sometimes page transitions can look a little gimmicky, but there are times where page transitions work beautifully, and especially when you add transitions to elements. So if I were to come down here and add a transition or an animation to this element, let's say I wanted it to bounce in like that, we could also have it glide in. I like that, so we're going to keep it on glide in. That means when someone comes to view this page, the little social media icons down here fade in or slide in. You can pretty much do that with any element in Wix, and better yet, You also have your homepage code editor down here, so you can edit the exact code of which you are designing. The great part about that is Wix is built for anyone from a starter to a professional, so you can work with every little detail to make the site the way you want it. Now moving on, we have background, where we can select from a number of backgrounds. One of the greatest things about Wix is all of the stock photos that they have built into the website. So for this, I'm just going to leave it on what it was on before, so we'll just hit undo. I like the car there, but you can come through, you can choose from videos, such as a particle, a rotating particle video. Then when we come over here to preview, as you can see, the particles will float around. This is a really cool feature that most of the time takes huge amounts of time in order to set up on a normal website, but Wix just makes it that easy. So we'll just go ahead and undo this, take it back to the standard theme. We can also choose colors as well as images and videos, and we can also upload our own and get some more options for our videos. So we can choose the opacity, we can choose the play speed, choose to play it in a loop, and if we want an overlay color on top of it. Next up, we're going to come down here to database collections and database elements. What we can do here is add user inputs, text boxes, images, lists and grid, vector art, shapes, interactive modules, pretty much anything you can think of we can have. One of the best things though is that you can have a lightbox. Now, for those of you who don't know, setting up a lightbox on a site is something that takes multiple plugins and so much work. It's such a hassle. But with Wix, we have the ability to just simply come over here, get a welcome video, and let's say we want to have this welcome video right in this service panel. We can go ahead and drag it in. So as you can see, it looks a little wanky with the way it just drug it in like that. But if I was really focusing on this website, I could take it and change the layout, move where it was. But on top of that, we have the ability to make this a lightbox, which means we can come in here and get the settings for this lightbox. So we can delay it by a couple of seconds, we can link to the lightbox, and then we can have a close button right there. But we'll just go ahead and take that off and leave the X icon. So one of the things that I love most about Wix is the fact that they have these light boxes. So if we come over here to preview, as you can see, we get this nice, beautiful pop-out window of the Vimeo video, and then we can just hit exit and it goes away. Now obviously, if you are working with a website, you're going to want to make it look better than what I just did there. So I'm going to go ahead and just delete this lightbox because we don't really need it. And by the way, in order to delete something, all you have to do is come over here and hit delete. So now that we're back on the home page, we can come back over to the add element. Let's say we want to add a button down here at the about us to discover more. So we can go ahead and just drag this button down here. That's going to place the button there. Now all we need to do is center the button with the rest of the text, and as you can see, we have a nice little button. Now buttons are something that aren't the worst thing to do in web design, but they can sometimes become a little bit of a hassle. But the great thing about this is Wix allows you to just quickly change the text. So let's say we just want it to say read more about us. So we'll go ahead and exit out of that now, and then we can change the layouts, the overall design. So let's say I want the button to look a little bit more rounded. We can have it come over here and choose this design. Or let's say I want it to be a black and white one, or pretty much a big square, which, you know, is a little different. So we'll go ahead and X out of that, and then we can drag the button down a little more to make it a little more prominent. So Wix is actually really good for the WYSIWYG editor that it is. It's actually probably my favorite web design service around. What's funny is a few years ago, Wix had a bad reputation for being a little cheesy. However, I think that over time Wix has grown as a service and it is much better than it is now. So another thing we can do with the read more, we can have it linked to a page, we can have it linked to a phone number, which is great, so you can have a call now button on your website. You also have the ability to link it to an email address of the page, so we'll just hit top of page, hit done, and that way now when someone comes over here and they hit the about us, so if we come over here we can just hit read more and it will scroll us back up to the top of the page. So let's go ahead and head back to editor, then we can go back to add apps, and this is going to show us all of the Wix apps in the Wix marketplace. Now this is an amazing feature that has formerly only been available in sites like Shopify, which cost quite a bit more every month than Wix does. On top of that, Shopify is nowhere near as customizable, so this is definitely the best editor. But let's say that we just wanted to add a Facebook-like pop-up. We can go ahead and click Add to Site, hit Add App, and this is going to go ahead and allow us to add a Facebook-like pop-out down here at the bottom. This is just going to show like us on Facebook, Facebook like by pop-out. Obviously, what you'll need to do is come over here, go to Settings. You'll need to link to your Facebook page, and then you can go ahead and choose from different themes if you have the premium version of Wix installed, and that is noted by having this little purple star over here in the corner. Now, what you can do, however, is change some of the text. So the pop-out text that says right there, like us on Facebook, we can change to check out our Facebook. And then, as you can see, you have the little pop-out message down here that says best way to stay in touch with us. We'll just leave that the same for now. So moving on, we have the settings where to display all pages. We can only have it show on the home page. We can have it show once a week for every visitor that comes to the site. And we can also set up a delay before showing. So let's say I want like an 8-second delay before this ad pops up, or not necessarily ad, but this little Facebook promo. By the way, if you were wondering how to delete your Lightbox, you just come over here to Site Menu, Lightbox, and hit delete. Now we'll go ahead and fix this little issue that we had where it would load the Lightbox every time. So now we can go ahead and click on preview again. We can wait for 8 seconds and the site will pop up with its little Facebook ad. So as you can see, check out our Facebook, best way to stay in touch with us. That's exactly what we had on the website. So it's working perfectly. Let's go ahead and go back to Add Apps so we can look at some of the more apps that Wix provides for you. So you have the Made by Wix app, you have free apps, you have marketing tools. Now some of the apps are free, some of them are paid, meaning for premium users. But let's say we wanted to add some online bookings. We could come over here and we have things like Wix Bookings, which is a free and premium app depending on the features that you use. You have Wix Forms, form builders, before and after sliders, which that's probably one of my favorite things about Wix is that they have sliders like that. Those are extremely difficult to use and most of the time you have to bootstrap them from other sites, but in Wix you just have the before and after sliders for comparison. On top of that, you can also have a messenger panel on your site where people can connect with you via Facebook Messenger. If you want a real-time chat on your site, they have that. They have store locators. I'm telling you guys what, Wix is the best web builder out there right now. You also have the My Uploads section, which is going to show you all of the uploads that you have. So you have images, vector art, video, fonts, which is amazing, as well as documents and music. And then you have a bookings manager where you can come in and manage all of your bookings. Now, like I said, bookings are probably one of the coolest parts about Wix. And as you can see, if we come over here to the preview page, we go to Book Online, we are going to have our little bookings tab down here. Now, you're going to have to log in to use that, but that's no big deal. We'll just go ahead and head back to the editor, and then we can come over to the Book Online page where we can edit the Book Online tab. So we can come over here to apps, and let's say we want some Wix forms for bookings. We can search over here, booking, and then we can add the Wix bookings. Now, this is extremely simple to use. All you have to do is hit Get Started. It will bring up this dialog box where you can select the services that you provide. You can connect your calendar and show your available time slots. Then you can have your contacts and CRMs from all of the inboxes that come through with Wix, or not all of the inboxes, but all of the messages that come through with the Wix booking. So as you can see, you have WixBot. You can see and reply to all of your messages in your inbox when people fill out a contact form, make a purchase, or book a service. You'll see it here. It's actually a really nice design, and to be honest, it looks a lot like Facebook Messenger. It's really easy to use. Some more interesting stuff, you can change your site favicon, SEO, as well as SSL. Now, one of the great things about Wix is that all of their sites from standard have SSL security. Now, this is something that's extremely important if you're going to be taking customer information. In fact, Google now penalizes websites that don't have SSL, so keep that on. You have tracking and analytics if you upgrade your account, which you can easily do right there. You can link all of your social accounts as well as add a favicon. So pretty much everything here is extremely simple to use. So we'll just close out of this. By the way, for those of you who were wondering, that was just your dashboard. You can see that when you log into Wix. But here we have the bookings. We're not going to mess with that too much now, but what we can do is just go ahead and preview it if it added it. I don't think it did. So we'll just go ahead and hit add new service. What you can do here is add an appointment, class, or a course. We'll just add an appointment, hit go for it. And here you can pretty much add a photo. You can name the service, do the category, add a tagline and a description. And then you can have staff members that are able to use these booking features. So then you also have duration between appointments. You can have appointment duration, how long the appointment takes, as well as time between bookings. So let's say you want a 10-minute break between every booking, and the average booking takes about 30 minutes. The system is automatically going to be able to recognize that, and then you can have type of service, paid, and accept payment on the website, in person, or both, which I think is the best way to do it. There is an option where you can have a requested deposit. You don't have to have that on. That's an optional feature, but in some cases that may be a good thing to turn on to make it required that they have to put a deposit down before they can just book an appointment and then never show up. So another great thing about this is you can have the location of your service, which means that you can either set it to your address, your customer's place, or other. So for this example, I'll just put in my shop, and then we'll just go ahead and hit save service. Of course, there is some information missing. We'll just put test, and for category we will put services. So then, as you can see there, let me go ahead and X out of that. We have test appointment. We can go ahead and close out of this, Then we can come over here to the beautiful preview tab where it will show us our bookings. But that's pretty much it for Wix, guys. You also have the bookings tab down here where you can manage your bookings and your services, as well as the Wix blog, which is going to allow you to add a blog to your website. So all you have to do that is hit add now. And that's going to allow you to create a fully customized blog for your website. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a thumbs up down below. Let us know if it helped you. Also, be sure to sign up for Wix through our affiliate link down below, thebreakdown.xyz/Wix. But for now, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next Wix tutorial.